Hello, everyone. Welcome. Hi. Welcome to the Thompson Theater of Electricity. My name is Georgia, and she, her pronouns. I'm one of the many educators here at the Museum of Science, and I'm really glad that you're all here for our 12 o'clock lighting presentation. Woohoo! It's been a long time. Since this is a lightning presentation, it does include some lightning, which is both bright and loud. Now, I'm always going to tell you before I make any big loud sparks, so I don't want to startle you. And if I put on my own hearing protection, that's probably a good indicator that you might want to cover your ears as well. That being said, you still might find that you or someone in your group is not a big fan of bright flashes and loud noises, and that is okay. Let me tell you where your exits are. Those of you on the upper level, hi, so many of you up there, and way up at the top, high up there, your exits are the double doors behind you that you probably came in from. Those of you down here with me, hello. You may also use those exits, but you also have a door to my left here in this corner that goes back into the exhibit halls, and a door to my right all the way in the back of the mathematics exhibit that goes through an accessible ramp and back into the exhibit halls. In order for people to get to these doors, should they need them, I need the red carpet to stay clear. So that's a little strip along the front here into this door, so make sure you're not on the red carpet there. And all the way up the stairs. No sitting or standing on the stairs, please, okay? Alright, with that out of the way, let me introduce the giant in the room here, which is this 3-story tall Van de Graaff generator. These two giant wooden columns with the silver domes on top. This is the world's largest air-insulated Van de Graaff generator, and it's an original Van de Graaff generator. It was built by Robert Van de Graaff himself in the 1930s. And that's why he was using this machine to do experiments in accelerating particles and studying atoms. But then in the 1950s, MIT donated it to the Museum of Science, and we have been using it to teach about lightning and electricity ever since. So that is what we're going to use it for today. We are first going to talk a little bit about electric charge and electric force. Then we're going to talk about magnets, actually, and how magnets can help us move electric charges. We're going to do very brief electrical safety and lightning safety. And finally, at the very end, we're going to have a symphony of sparks finale. And I'm going to turn on just about every machine behind me at the same time, and we're going to make as much noise as possible. All right. That's at the end. But is anyone ready to see what this really giant machine can do right now? Okay. I thought so. So I'm going to turn on the machine. It's not going to make any sparks yet. The motors are just starting up. I'm also going to turn on a camera. Here we go. On either side here on the screen, there's a view from a camera that is a basement. It's looking up inside one of these wooden columns. And those big belts are starting to move. We're going to talk more about those belts in a minute, but I want to have a chance to see them in action here. I'm also going to raise up this metal pole with the metal ball on it. We're going to make it really tall, and this is where the sparks are going to happen. Alright? So with that, I think I'm ready to make some sparks. They're going to be bright and loud, so I'm going to cover my ears, and I would suggest you cover yours. Alright, let's see what this machine can do. Here we go. Charges are in everything. They're in the air, they're in the ground, they're in you and me. Because charge is a property of the insides of atoms. Well, they repel, they push away from each other. And that pushing and pulling is the electric force. Now, we are not getting pushed and pulled all around all the time because we have a pretty even amount of positive and negative charge. The interesting stuff happens when you unbalance them. And it turns out that our Van de Graaff generator here is not much of a generator of anything. It's just really good at unbalancing charges. So those belts we saw earlier on the screens, they were carrying negative charge from the basement all the way up to those big silver domes until enough negative charge is built up there. It has enough energy that it can jump through the air to that metal post to come back to the ground where it gets balanced out again. The really cool thing though is that spark that we saw and heard were not electric charges. And that was not the electric force. The electric force is silent and invisible, kind of like gravity. You don't see gravity all around you, but you feel its effect. You stay on the earth, if you drop something, it falls, right? So what we saw there was the effect of the electric force. But what we actually saw and heard was air. It was just air. When the charges are moving through that air, it's heating it up so much that for a very brief moment in time, that little patch of air is as hot as the surface of the sun. And so it glows and you see that flash of light. And because it's heating up, that air is also expanding, it's getting bigger. And since those air molecules are pushing on air molecules next door, that moves along through all the other air molecules until it gets to your ear and you can hear that popping sound. Alright? So we can experience the effect of the electric force from our Van de Graaff generator. But I have another machine that shows this as well, although it is quite a bit smaller. Here we go. At the front of the stage here, there's these two small copper columns that have little purpley white sparks coming off the top of them now. These are called Tesla coils. They were invented by Nikola Tesla, who was a Serbian-American inventor. He immigrated to the United States in the 1800s, and he invented Tesla coils and a whole bunch of other stuff. But Tesla coils, although those sparks are very similar to the ones we saw earlier, that is why there are electric charges pushing through the air, heating it up so much that it glows. The coil itself works very differently. There are no belts inside of this one to carry electric charge. Instead, there are two coils of wire inside each other that are not touching each other. Through the outside coil, we're pushing electric charges because we have it plugged into the wall. And as those electric charges move back and forth in there, they actually make a magnetic field. They make a magnetic field inside there, which as it changes in turn, pushes more electric charges through the inside coil until they have enough energy out the top, they come out the top, and they're heating up the air there. So this works differently from our Van de Graaff generator. It works using a magnetic field. And I have some other Tesla coils here that I want to show you as well. They work in almost the same way. The only difference is that while our small Tesla coils here are making 120 sparks every second, they never change, they only make 120 sparks every second. Our bigger Tesla coils have the ability to change the number of sparks per second. Now you can kind of hear those 120 sparks per second in that buzzing noise, right, that these small Tesla coils are making. Our brains can't hear 120 sparks individually every second, so we hear it as just that one tone. Now, if we have more sparks per second, we get a higher note. If we make fewer sparks per second, we're going to get a lower note. So if we can change that note, and if we can control the timing, what do you think we can make? Music, indeed, we can make music. So with our large Tesla coils back here, we're going to play a song just by changing the number of sparks per second. The one in the front is currently down for repairs. So pay attention to the one in the back, alright? Alright, this is going to be loud and bright. I'm going to cover my ears, and I would suggest you cover it. Alright, here we go. Let's play a song. But for now, we're going to go on to part number 2, which is talking about magnets. How many of you have played with magnets before? Oh, lots of you. Okay, great. So you know that if you have 2 magnets, each magnet has a positive and a negative side, or a north and a south side. And if you put 2 of the same side next to each other, they push away, right? They repel. But if you put 2 different sides next to each other, they pull together, they attract. So that sounds awfully similar to our electric charges that we talked about earlier. And indeed, it turns out that while these two coils, they first start with an electric charges moving that makes a magnetic field, you can also push electric charges by changing a magnetic field. So what we're going to do next is we're going to move a magnet inside a coil of wire to light up a light bulb. It's not going to be plugged into anything. We're just going to move a magnet inside a coil of wire, all right? Now, in order to do this, I'm going to need a volunteer, because we're going to do this without a bicycle here. The way it works is the back tire rubs up against this wheel that is moving a magnet inside a coil of wire. That wire is then connected up here to our light bulb, all right? So, who would like to ride this bicycle and help us light up this light bulb? It needs to be someone kind of tall, so they can fit on the bike and they can pedal it really hard. All right, we need some tall volunteers here. Some really tall volunteers. Gonna come on up? Okay. All right, great. Here, we'll even make this a little bit taller for you. Okay. Okay, here you go. You can go ahead and get on the bike. There we go. And whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and start pedaling. See if we can get this light bulb to light up. Oh, wow! Nicely done! That was fast! Excellent! Okay, can you see anything inside of the light bulb? The wire, yeah, there's a little wire in there. It's called a filament, so it's heating up as we push electric charges through it. It heats up and you see that as light. But what if I had a different filament? Oh. It's a big challenge now, yeah. All right, you want to give it a try? Okay, here we go. You can do it. Pedal really hard. Pedal. Good job. Okay. Here we go again. Okay. Nice. Was that harder or easier than the small one? A lot harder, right? Yeah, a lot harder. Well, thank you very much. You did a great job. Round of applause for our volunteers. Thank you. So that bigger one was harder. It has that bigger filament. It takes more work to push all those electric charges through the filament so it heats up and it lights up. And I wanted to talk about the filament for one more second because there was an inventor who was born right near here. His name was Louis Latimer. He invented a filament for a light bulb in the 1800s that was cheaper and easier to manufacture and it lasted longer. So he made it possible for everyday people to have electric lights in their houses. So that is pretty impressive. He was born in Chelsea, Massachusetts, right around here. And I'm pretty grateful that he had this invention when he did. Since then, of course, there's been many more inventions. We don't all have light bulbs quite like this in our houses anymore. But do we all have light bulbs in our houses? Yeah, right? All right. So since we all have light bulbs in our houses, we also know that electricity can be kind of dangerous, right? Our bodies run on electrical signals too, and you don't want a whole bunch of extra electric charges moving through your body. So if you're doing any electrical work in your house, you gotta make sure you're turning off that electricity at the source, not just the light switch, but actually at the breaker. The other place you gotta be careful about electricity is actually outside, because lightning is also a form of electricity. Lightning works very similarly to our giant Van de Graaff generator. You have clouds in the sky, they get a bunch of extra electric charges built up on them, and once they have enough energy, those charges jump through the air to the ground. And when they jump through the air, they're heating it up so much that it glows. You see that as lightning. Because it's heating up, it expands, and you hear that as thunder. So, you know that you don't want the lightning getting you, right? It might be fun to watch, but you don't want it going through you. So if you are outside, and there is a lightning storm, where is the best place you can go to be safe? Shout it in. I heard a car. Inside. Indoors. Yes. Your first option is to go indoors. Go inside a house. Go inside a building. Because if lightning hits that building, well, there are pipes and wires in the walls. The electric charge charges are going to move through those to the ground. That's easier. They're not going to go through you. Let's say you're not near a building now. Our other option was a car, which is also correct. If you are not near a building, you are also safe inside of your car in a lightning storm. Now, what is it about your car? What's your car made out of? What part of your car is keeping you safe from the lightning? Tires, rubber tires, okay. Metal, okay. Metal, all right. We've got rubber tires, and we have some metal products. Okay. Now, the rubber tires sounds pretty convincing because rubber is an insulator. Electric charges have a hard time moving through rubber. The thing is, air is also an excellent insulator. So if a lightning bolt has managed to travel through miles and miles of insulating air to get to your car, that little bit of rubber in your tires is not going to help you very much. So we'll test this out later at the end, but for now, let's test out the metal. Because it is in fact the metal of your car that is going to keep you safe. And I want to show you how this works. Now, I do not have a metal car frame in here exactly to test out, but I have the next best thing, which is a giant metal bird. Yes. All right. So I'm going to get inside of this giant metal bird cage. Okay. And we're going to pretend like it's a car. We're going to use this as a model of a car. And the reason that we can do that is because it is completely surrounded by metal. So the top, the bottom, all the way around the side is all metal. And I'm going to raise it up to be the tallest thing in the theater. And we're going to strike it with lightning and see what happens. Now you might be thinking that this is a terrible idea. Because we just said that the tire is not actually protecting you from the lightning, and metal is a conductor. Charges move through conductors really easily. However, I will tell you that I have done this before. You don't need to worry. I know what I need to do to stay safe while I'm inside of this cage when the lightning hits it, but I want you all to make some predictions. Maybe you can talk to someone in your group, talk to somebody next to you. What are some things you think I should do while I'm in here to stay safe from the lightning? And what are some things you think I definitely should not do? Okay? All right. Okay, the motors are starting up here. I hear some good predictions happening. Okay, are we ready? All right, I am definitely going to cover my own ears. I would suggest you cover yours as well. All right, we're going to see how many, how your predictions turn out here. All right? Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens. This metal cage, and all those electric charges get pushed to the outside. They go through the skin of the metal. This is called the skin effect. So I'm okay on the inside. I can even touch the inside of the metal, and I'm just fine. This is why you're safe inside of your car. You're also safe inside of buses and trains and airplanes. Airplanes get struck by lightning fairly often. As long as you're on the inside of the airplane, you're going to be just fine. If you're on the outside of the airplane, use your problem right now. If I had put my arm through the bars, right, so I held it out like this, or I held on to the outside where all those charges are moving, well, that would be a different story. electric charge. We talked about the electric force, which is silent and invisible, but you can see its effects in lightning and in sparks. We talked about how moving a magnet can actually push electric charges through a wire and light up a light bulb, and how what's relevant inside that light bulb is pretty important as well. And then finally, how to stay safe from lightning? Your best bet, go indoors. Alright?